It's Super Wildcard Weekend.
He lost the game, but they did cover. A Bull Bulls on minutes.
Welcome back to the Around the Block Sports Show. The NBA season is almost at its halfway point. The All-Star game's coming up. The Celtics are struggling.
I can agree with that. All those statements were true. We are almost at the mid-year point of the NBA season. The All-Star game is coming, and as normal, the Celtics are struggling. We got some All-Star first returns here. We're gonna discuss all the positions, everything that is going on here, Western and Eastern Conference.
So, in the Western Conference frontcourt, we got R.J. Barrett, number one.
R.J. Barrett with the game winner. He's number one. I mean, by that logic, number two's got to be
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. Peyton Pritchard from the Miami Heat last year.
No, from the Trailblazers.
So first we have LeBron. This dude, LeBron James. He's been here before. I've seen him there. 2 million votes, just about. He'll get in, definitely. Jokic will get in, definitely. Those are the obvious ones, it feels like, in the Western Conference. And then on the Western Conference guards, we have Curry in first place of all Western Conference players. He would be the captain.
He would.
2.5 mil votes. And then second, we got a close race between Luka, Ja, and Klay Thompson.
Who has played a game.
Who has played 0 games. Up until tomorrow, he will play his season debut. Go Klay. So,
Yeah, I agree with the
these are
fans.
locks.
I agree with the fans.
Yeah, I think the fans are on something here. They definitely know what they're talking about. Klay Thompson's definitely, I would say he deserves it over Devin Booker.
He's like...
Booker's been slacking a little bit. I mean, like...
Klay has like 30 points a game this year.
Yeah, he with 0 dribbles too. It's kind of wild. Yeah. So the players in first and second deserve it. Luka will get in. He hasn't had the greatest season compared
Except against the Celtics.
Compared to other of his all-star starter. Oh, his only other all-star starter year. But yeah. They'll get in. Let's talk about the East for a second, the obvious ones. We got Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's been carrying the Suns
plays
on
for
his
Brooklyn.
back.
He plays for Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn Nets, they do have a James Harden, sometimes a Kyrie, and
Nico Claxton.
Not a Laverne Karras. He's gone. Giannis will get in. Joel Embiid will get in. DeMar will get in. Harden will. I mean, that's debatable. The second guard spot is kind of hard, I guess. But Tatum, 4th place with 643,970 votes. Probably doesn't deserve a starting role. He hasn't been playing so well, but he'll make it. Jaylen Brown, where's he? Not even on there, bro. That's kind of wild.
I just hope the dunk contest isn't as bad as last year.
Bro.
Anthony Simmons.
He kissed the rim. Yeah, and they literally pulled Cassius Stanley from the G League to come and play. That's kind of whack, but he's a dunker. What are you gonna do? LaMelo should make it. He should make it. Zach LaVine will make it. Trae Young will make it. I can get behind that. I think the Hawks kind of suck, so it's hard to make cases for bad teams, but it feels like everyone's out all the time, so it's kind of, I don't know. I think you have to put Trae in, maybe as a starter over Zach or Harden, possibly. But Harden might get in now, fan vote. So we'll know. We'll see soon. It's a close race by 30K between Harden and Trae, so that'll be good. Are there any snubs? Any snubs that you like here?
I think Red Panda's a snub.
Red Panda, she had an amazing halftime performance, I will say. She did catch the Bulls on her head.
She did.
I just don't know if Ja can do the same as that. I don't know if he can keep up with that. I don't know if he can keep up with that production. Like 5 bowls at once is a lot of bowls to catch on your head. It's an amazing feat. But
I think DeAndre Ayton's a little bit of a snub. He was reliable in the playoffs last year, and people still don't give him credit. He's like the Tua of the NBA, yeah.
Nah, I don't know. Well, last year was last year, first of all, and you know what? He still got sunned by Giannis and blocking. And I get it. I get it. Yeah, LaMelo will make it. Kyrie, he is on the list. He has played a grand total of 1 game at this point. But he's over guys. Tyler Hero is on the list. Derek Rose is also on the list. Darius Garland should get in. And Fred Valet probably should get in.
Yeah.
Darius Garland will get in. Jarrett Allen could get in, high key. He's good this year, which is kind of weird. But how does Jarrett Allen get in, but Darius Garland doesn't? The positions are kind of trash in the NBA.
It's been a fun Cavs team this year.
It has been. I mean, like it should just be positionless probably, because like the forwards are pretty weak, but the backcourt is pretty
And they
stacked.
all shoot threes anyway. Who cares about positions in the All-Star game?
Like the 10th place guy, Fred VanVleet, like probably should be in over like Jimmy Butler. No, I mean like I'm like kind of capping, but like not really. Like Darius Garland and Fred VanVleet are not gonna get fan votes unless they're like going crazy, and they're not. They're going crazy, but like not crazy, you know. So like, yeah. I mean, Bam. I don't know. He's missed games, hasn't he? Miles Bridges, he could sneak in. I wouldn't be surprised. But how do you put Miles Bridges and not LaMelo? It's hard. Dude, LaMarcus sucks. Nikola Vucevic.
My middle school principal.
Yeah, he's the middle school principal. Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
I think the fans will ultimately come through in the end.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I think Donovan Mitchell at 7th is kind of like a robbery, high key. Like, he could be up there a lot more. I don't know. It's hard to tell statistically necessarily, but he could be having like a better season than last year. I mean, they're still up there. Obviously, the Warriors kind of shadow them a little bit, but yeah. I mean, do the Warriors need 2 All-Stars? Draymond Green, high key, could be a starter. I'm not even joking. Like, they have Wiggins, but he's in there kind of like as a meme. Like, Draymond actually will be an All-Star this year.
I think the Glove should be an All-Star. Glove Jr.
Glove Jr. No, yeah, Draymond actually, he'll be an All-Star, which is kind of weird to think, but he'll definitely be a reserve.
Yep, he will be.
He skips like 5 years. Like, he took like a 5-year nap, and then like he came back and became an All-Star again.
He's a new person.
Yeah, PG, he'll get in maybe. I don't know. So one snub that a lot of people are looking at here is in 8th place. We have one Damien Lillard. Would you care to comment on that?
I mean, the Trailblazers have been having a terrible season. They'd be out of the playoffs right now. I think it correlates with their team performance, so I don't think he should be in. He shouldn't just be a lock every year just because his name starts with a D and ends with a D.
Well, I believe it ends with a N.
Well, Damien Lillard.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts.
It was not clear. Dunkin' Donuts, yes. By that same logic, Jason Tatum probably shouldn't get in either. Yeah, but that's the story. I don't know. Overall, what do you think of how the fans voted?
I just love what the fans are doing for this game.
It's amazing. I mean, one day, Taco will get in, or some meme player, and then they'll have to change it all. But for now, it feels like the fan voting. It works out in the end.
So
I don't think anyone gets in like majorly that's like should not be there.
So I'd like to ask you, why do you think the Celtics are struggling? That was our other big point coming into the show. I want to ask our NBA correspondent.
Yeah, as the resident NBA correspondent, I would have to say that the Celtics, well, first of all, Ime sucks. He's trash. He is a terrible coach. That's for one. Second of all, I don't know. I think they just they're too ISO heavy. Like all their players, like Tatum and Brown, I'm not saying they don't work together, but Tatum and Brown are very isolation heavy, and then Schroeder's isolation heavy. And Smart, as much as he's like a passer, he's such an isolation player. It's like ridiculous. Like we literally have Tatum and Brown on the court, and in crunch time, Smart is like trying to like take layups, and then like he makes it like scoop shot over his head, over the back. Kind of upsetting. I think that if Dennis Schroeder with his small contract can get put in a deal, because like he's good and people know that he's good, and the small contract should actually help them because then they can move money and probably put him and Grant Williams and Romeo Langford. No, they can put him and like I don't know what's a big I don't know exactly the contract details of everyone, but
9 years, $324 million.
Dennis fumbled the bag, Schroeder. Yeah, but like if they can pair him with like a semi-big contract and go out and get like I don't know,
LeBron.
I'll tell you, if they could get LeBron, they'd probably be pretty damn good. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, like probably. Can I tell you, if they got KD, this would be a different team. Would you trade Jaylen Brown for KD?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously. I'm joking. Would you trade Jaylen Brown for Dame right now?
No.
I would. I probably would.
I'm not a big Damien Lillard guy, as you might know.
I didn't
Just
know.
because his name starts with a D and ends with a D.
Just because it starts with a D and ends with a D doesn't mean he plays good defense.
But he would be a good fit. Dunkin' Donuts, Boston.
I can agree with that. I mean, I think that Damian Lillard would be a fit in Boston. I think that they need to shake something up because it's clearly not working right now. They need to get back to the... I thought they needed to get away from kind of this... relying on your point guard as your best player, not Kemba. Well, Kemba at one point, but IT and then Kyrie and then Kemba. But I think they need to get back to it. I think if Dame and Tatum are together, that's kind of lethal. That would be sick, and it probably will be better than right now because they are trash right now.
I'm just disappointed that the bench hasn't done anything. A lot of fun players on the bench.
Who is fun on the
bench?
Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser. If Sam Hauser scores 20 points in a game, then
Then you'll have to wear the Aiden Hutchinson eye black during one show.
I will. Okay. I will. And I think that's pretty much it.
That's all she wrote.
I think we milked this long enough. That's all we have for the NBA All-Star voting.